Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, today is not like any other day. The spiritual realm has shifted, the heavens have stirred, and a divine interruption is taking place in your life. You are being pulled out of the ordinary because something extraordinary is trying to reach you. No, someone is trying to reach you. This is not a metaphor, this is not a symbolic vision. This is a real spiritual alert coming directly from heaven. And it's urgent. There is a voice calling out your name, softly, gently, yet persistently, from the other side. This voice belongs to someone who once walked this earth, someone who held your hand, someone who perhaps smiled at you, prayed for you, maybe even cried for you. And now, they are standing on the edge of heaven, desperately trying to get your attention. You need to listen, not with your ears but with your spirit. They're not calling out for fun. This is not a nostalgic whisper. It's an emergency. Today is the 17th of May, and the divine timing of this message has been ordained in heaven. It wasn't meant to reach you yesterday, and it can't wait for tomorrow. This exact moment was chosen because the window between heaven and earth has opened specifically for you. You must act now before it shuts again, possibly for good. This message has traveled through angelic corridors and heavenly gates to land in front of you. There's a trembling in the air, a holy urgency, and you can feel it if you pause long enough. Someone who loves you deeply, someone who has crossed over, is now pleading with heaven's messengers, crying out to God, begging, "Please, let me warn them." The tears in heaven don't fall to the ground, but they fall on the throne of God, and every tear is sacred. Their tears were noticed. Their urgency was heard. And God said, "Yes, go. Send a message." But they must listen now. There is a person in your life right now who is not what they seem. They've worn a mask so well that even the most sensitive eyes could not detect it. You may have thought they were a friend, a partner, a support. But heaven sees differently. Heaven sees the heart, the intention, the hidden actions done in the dark. And now, finally, God is exposing this woman. Yes, finally, because this moment has been delayed too long. Every time you sensed something wasn't right, every time you felt a strange heaviness when they entered the room, every time your heart twisted without knowing why, it was a warning. Heaven has been trying to shake you awake. But this is the final call. God is exposing this woman, and you must open your spirit now before it's too late. The consequences of ignoring this message will not be ordinary. She has been smiling in your face but planning something behind your back. She has been watching your progress not with joy but with jealousy. She has been pretending to be a helper while secretly being a hindrance. She whispers behind closed doors, sows doubt in people who trust you, and manipulates your vulnerability. God has watched her actions silently, giving her time to change. But now heaven's patience has ended. This is not gossip. This is a divine revelation. You need to stop doubting your intuition. Every time your spirit was unsettled around her, it wasn't paranoia. It was the Holy Spirit stirring you. The angels assigned to your destiny have tried to push her away, but your soul kept pulling her close, out of love, out of history, out of guilt. But heaven doesn't operate in guilt or emotional manipulation. Heaven operates in truth. And truth is flooding into your life today like a roaring river. You may not want to believe it. That's understandable. The human heart doesn't easily accept that someone it cared for could become a source of betrayal. But your disbelief won't delay the truth any longer. This exposure isn't happening tomorrow. It's happening now. The curtain has been pulled. What was hidden is now being revealed. And the reason it feels so urgent is because her next step could break something in your life that can't easily be repaired. She is about to walk away forever, but not silently. She's about to walk away after causing a wound so deep that it could affect your destiny path. This is why heaven stepped in. Your future cannot be tampered with. Your divine assignment is too important. That's why someone from heaven has risen up in intercession. That person, your mother, your grandmother, your spiritual guide, they are fighting for you even in the afterlife. They are fighting because they know how close you are to stepping into your miracle, your abundance, your divine favor. And they cannot bear to see it stolen or delayed. You are being protected, even if it doesn't feel like it. Sometimes protection doesn't look like comfort, it looks like chaos. When God starts removing people, it can feel like loss, but it's actually rescue. You may cry now, but you'll thank heaven later. There's something coming that she cannot be a part of. She would only sabotage it. She would only speak against it. She would only create division. That's why heaven is not giving you a choice anymore. The delay is over. The silence is broken. The secrets are spilling. Heaven is not interested in your excuses anymore. Heaven is focused on your freedom. Open your eyes. Look beyond the words people speak. Watch how your spirit reacts. Trust that the unease you feel isn't weakness, it's wisdom. The enemy always tries to hide behind what looks familiar, safe, or comforting. But not anymore. The veil has been torn. What was once tolerated is now being judged. She knows this message is coming to you. That's why you may feel emotional, anxious, or even confused right now. It's not just your thoughts, it's spiritual warfare. The enemy doesn't want you to receive this. That's why you're being distracted. That's why there's noise around you, phones buzzing, doubts creeping in. It's not random. It's strategic. But if you stay focused, if you keep reading, if you let these words pierce through your resistance, you will be free. God says this is the final warning. You are not being punished, you are being rescued. But the rescue will only work if you cooperate. You must let go. You must confront the truth. You must release her emotionally and spiritually. No more entertaining her games. No more giving her access to your energy. This is the line in the sand. This is the divine separation. And yes, it may hurt for a moment, but what's coming next will heal you in ways you never imagined. She is leaving forever, not because she wants to, but because she's being removed. She was given time to repent, but she chose manipulation. She was given chances to be honest, but she chose secrecy. She was surrounded by your love, but she used it against you. And now, heaven is removing her to make room for something sacred. A new connection is coming. Someone pure. Someone honest. Someone aligned with your purpose. But they cannot enter your life until the counterfeit is gone. That's why this had to happen now. That's why someone from heaven is pleading with you not to ignore this moment. It's not just about protection. It's about preparation. The person who's about to enter your life will require your full attention. They are part of your next chapter, your elevation, your restoration. And their presence is tied to your destiny. You cannot afford distractions now. You cannot afford emotional chaos. That's why God is making this exposure loud, clear, and undeniable. The angels are surrounding you now. They're not whispering, they're shouting. You are being set free. Don't resist. Don't rationalize. Don't delay. Just obey. Your spirit knows this is true. That's why your heart is pounding. That's why your eyes are tearing up. That's why your soul feels shaken. This is not a coincidence. This is a confirmation. Heaven is speaking. Someone from the other side is crying tears of relief because you're finally hearing the message they fought so hard to deliver. God says your time of deception is over. Your season of tolerating betrayal has ended. Your destiny cannot afford another delay. So rise now. Speak the truth. Walk away if you must. Cry if you need to. But do not look back. Sodom is burning. Let it burn. Your promise is ahead, not behind. And the future waiting for you is too precious to risk. You've carried the weight of this relationship for too long. You've excused too much. You've forgiven what was never acknowledged. But now heaven is saying, enough. This exposure isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to deliver you. Don't confuse discomfort with danger. The pain of truth is safer than the comfort of lies. She's being exposed not to shame her, but to save you. Your light has been dimmed too long under her shadow. It's time to shine. It's time to reclaim your joy, your confidence, your peace. The heaven-sent person who tried warning you before, they saw what you couldn't see. But now, even you can't deny it. Finally, God is exposing this woman. Open it now before the damage is permanent. Open your heart to truth. Open your eyes to revelation. Open your spirit to freedom. The time is now. Heaven waited as long as it could. Your breakthrough is behind this final confrontation. And if you choose obedience in this moment, not only will you be protected, but you will be elevated. What was delayed will be released. What was stolen will be returned. What was broken will be healed. The exposure is painful, yes, but it's also holy. Because behind this unveiling is your destiny, and it's more beautiful than you can imagine. Don't miss it. She thought no one would ever know. She thought your heart would be too blind, too loyal, too forgiving to ever see it. She underestimated the spiritual realm. She underestimated your divine protection. She didn't think the angels would intervene. She didn't think the one who loves you from heaven would have the authority to petition God Himself. But she was wrong. Because heaven is not silent when you are in danger. Heaven does not sleep when your destiny is under attack. Heaven watches, and when the time is right, heaven acts. And now, heaven is acting. This is not just a wake-up call. This is a divine rescue operation. You may not realize how close you came to destruction. You may not know how many times the plans formed against you almost succeeded. But God intercepted. Again and again. He rerouted your steps. He delayed decisions. He whispered in your spirit. He gave you dreams. He made you restless around her. He stirred your heart, yet you still tried to hold on. But you must understand, there are people you cannot take with you into your next season. If you try to, they will ruin what God is trying to build in you. And she is one of them. She has not just lied about you. She has lied to you, again and again. She played innocent. She told others you were unstable. She laughed at your faith behind closed doors. She mocked your spiritual journey when no one was watching. And the saddest part? She did it not because you hurt her, but because she couldn't stand your light. Jealousy disguised as concern. Manipulation disguised as friendship. Betrayal disguised as loyalty. But the disguise is gone now. Heaven has stripped her mask away. She may still be smiling, but the spirit behind the smile has been revealed. The one from heaven trying to speak to you, maybe it's your mother, maybe your grandmother, maybe a soul you never even met in this life but one whose blood flows through you, they've seen her spiritual record. They see what you don't. And they're shouting now, crying, pleading, please listen. Please believe it. Please walk away before it's too late. This woman is about to do something irreversible. Something that could damage your reputation, your relationships, or even your spiritual alignment. That's why heaven allowed this message to come now. That's why the tears of the one in heaven have turned to fire on the altar. God hears the cries of the faithful. And He never ignores cries that come soaked in love and urgency. You may wonder, why now? Why today? Because her time is up. She has had many chances. The angels recorded each one. But she hardened her heart. She chose her pride. She chose to feed the darkness growing inside her. And God, in His mercy, delayed the judgment. But not anymore. Today, May 17th, the clock has stopped. The judgment is here. Not in anger, but in protection. Your peace matters to heaven. Your mind, your calling, your gifts, God has invested too much in you to let it all be sabotaged by someone who never truly loved you. Yes, that hurts. Yes, it's hard to hear. But the one from heaven who's speaking to you right now, they would rather you cry for a moment than bleed for a lifetime. And you know what's even more painful? She's not done. She had another plan. A plan to humiliate you, to use your secrets, to manipulate people around you. That's why God stepped in. That's why this exposure couldn't wait another day. If you don't listen now, you'll walk into a trap that was being prepared behind your back. But this is your way out. This message is your exit sign. You don't owe her anything anymore. You don't owe her an explanation. You don't owe her continued access to your spirit. Heaven is revoking her spiritual visa to your soul. She must go. Whether it's a friend, a sister, a cousin, or someone even closer, this is the divine line being drawn. It's not your emotions that are speaking, it's the Spirit of God. You have cried over her. You have prayed for her. You've asked God to change her, to fix her, to save the relationship. But God says, no more. Let her go. Her time in your life is over. My plan for you cannot wait any longer. The one who loves you in heaven has seen what's ahead. They see the blessings waiting. They see the favor about to explode over your life. But they also see the danger this woman poses. And their love for you is so deep, so eternal, that they are screaming through the veil, trying to save you from yourself. They miss you. They watch you. They cover you. And if they could hold your hand right now, they would look into your eyes and say, I never left you. I see everything. Please don't let her destroy what God is building in you. And as this message reaches you, the atmosphere around you shifts. Angels are moving. The heavens are watching your next decision. Will you listen? Will you obey? Or will you pretend it's not real? Don't test God's patience. He has given you mercy. He's sending this final warning out of love. But His justice is also real. And what you allow will be what continues. If you allow her back in, knowing what heaven has revealed, then you are no longer just a victim, you become a participant in your own spiritual delay. This is your final mercy moment. Someone from heaven is still watching, still praying, still waiting for you to wake up. Don't ignore the burning feeling in your chest. Don't silence the trembling of your spirit. This is holy ground. Heaven has stepped into your life, and they've declared, enough is enough. No more abuse. No more lies. No more cycles. This ends today. And something else is being whispered in the divine courts right now. It's something powerful, something personal. Your name has been written on a scroll of elevation. A scroll sealed with heavenly oil. A scroll that cannot be opened until your circle is purified. This woman's removal is the final act before the heavens pour out what they've been storing for you. There are miracles behind a spiritual door that's been locked for years, but that lock is breaking right now. Can you hear it? The sound of freedom. The sound of restoration. The sound of new beginnings. Don't sabotage it. You are about to step into something so sacred, so breathtaking, that the enemy targeted you with the one person you trusted the most. But God is bigger. And God wins. Every time. Finally, the time has come. God is exposing this woman. Open this now before she completes what she set out to do. Open this now before she speaks a word that turns people you love against you. Open this now before the damage becomes generational. Open this now so you can rise into your calling, protected, healed, and surrounded by those who are truly for you. Heaven is holding its breath, watching you, waiting for your response. This is your moment. Choose truth. Choose freedom. Choose the divine exposure God has allowed, because it's also your divine escape. If you believe in God, type Amen.